got him. I need help.
Welcome to CGR Awards for 2016. These nominations are chosen by the people at CGR, and the picks for each category is chosen by the community, staff, and me in separate awards. Now, without further ado, we present you the category for Best Narrative. This category is for the games that have amazing storytelling, dialogue, characters, performances, and an overall narrative. The nominees for Best Narrative are Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, Battlefield 1, That Dragon Cancer, Firewatch, The Technomancer, Batman the Telltale Series, and Kathy Rain. The CGR staff's and my personal pick is Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. The final chapter in Nathan Drake's action-packed life ends with a narrative full of highs and lows and great performances a high-budget Hollywood movie would envy. And the community's pick for Best Narrative is Firewatch. Firewatch tells the story of Henry, a middle-aged man who moves to Yellowstone National Park to become a firewatcher while he leaves his sick wife behind. While the actual story is quite good, the performances of the two main characters, Henry and Delilah, are where the game really shines.
Folks realized the little fires weren't going to burn themselves out. 100,000 acres were gone. It's Yellowstone, you know? People don't want to touch it, but we touch it every single day.
Just as story immerses you into the game world, sound design also does a great job at giving you realistic sound effects and a soundtrack that fits well with gameplay. Whether you're hunting down demons or exploring an underwater castle, sound is an important aspect and can make or break a game. Here are the nominees for Best Music and Sound Design: Doom, Inside, Pokemon Sun and Moon, Super Mario Run, Forza Horizon 3, and Abzu. The staff's pick is Abzu. Abzu has a world as beautiful as its sound is. The orchestra fits wonderfully with the mysterious underwater world you explore, with it changing as you move throughout the game. My personal pick and the community's pick for the best music and sound design is Doom. The heavy metal and techno music suits the bloody, gruesome, and over-the-top world id Software has created in highlighting the fact that everything can be fixed with just a little bit of killing. There are a lot of games out there, but a lot of these great games just don't get as many players as they deserve, or just slipped under the spotlight, with only a few gamers finding them. The nominees for the most underappreciated game are Pokemon Sun and Moon, Job Simulator, Final Approach, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Zero Time Dilemma, No Man's Sky, The Technomancer, Kathy Rain, and Titanfall 2. The staff's pick is Zero Time Dilemma. Even though the animations and English voice acting is lousy, the narrative stays true to Zero Escape series, with it filling in the holes of the previous games and giving us enough of outrageous characters and mind-bending story that fans of the series will enjoy. My personal pick is No Man's Sky. While it didn't live up to the hypes or promises at all, No Man's Sky is still a fun game to play, giving you the freedom to do what you want, whether you're in a ship or on a planet in this giant procedurally generated galaxy. But the community's pick that wins most underappreciated by a large majority is Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 is an amazing shooter that got left in the dust due to Battlefield 1 and Infinite Warfare. Whether it's its campaign with spectacular level design and refined multiplayer, Titanfall 2 is a fantastic game that has a lot to offer both with its campaign and multiplayer. Games can look good, both in its art style or realistic graphics. This category is focusing on best graphics and most realistic graphics in the games of 2016. The nominees for best graphics are Doom, Battlefield 1, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Titanfall 2, Tom Clancy's The Division, and Forza Horizon 3. The staff's pick is Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. Naughty Dog pushes and breaks the limits of the PS4 by giving us beautifully detailed environments and even better character models that brings the terrific performances of the characters to life. My personal pick, and the community's pick, is Battlefield 1. World War I was never a happy experience. It was gruesome, dark, and brutal, and DICE has completely given us that in Battlefield 1's graphics. It shows us the war in such realism, reminding us that what we're playing did really happen, and real people were involved in this story. While games can look absolutely realistic like the nominees before, there are also games that just look great because of their art style and color. These are the nominees for Most Artistic: Abzu, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, Inside, Firewatch, Superhot, and Owlboy. The staff's pick is Superhot. Superhot is incredibly satisfying thanks to its art direction of the explosive red bodies after you shoot them, which makes your kills feel even more destructive and awesome than ever. My personal pick is Abzu. Matt Nava did an amazing job on Journey's art, and once again proved his talents in this underwater adventure that is Abzu. I often found myself just stopping and looking at everything, because it was beautiful. The community's pick for Most Artistic is Firewatch. This game doesn't just have a good narrative, it has a beautiful world to look at, with its natureful environment standing out in strong colors and unique style. Sometimes it is great to sit down and just play a game where you can feel like a god compared to everyone in the game, or just enjoy a game without a 6-year-old trying to ruin your day. The nominees for the most fun single-player games are Doom, Battlefield 1, Titanfall 2, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Ratchet & Clank, The Technomancer, Hitman, and Superhot. The staff's pick again is Superhot. Time only moves when you move, and this makes the innovative shooter more fun than ever, with some strategy deciding what to do and when to pull it off. Making yourself look like an action movie hero is pretty amazing. My personal favorite is Titanfall 2. The story and characters were well developed, and I enjoyed listening to conversations between the characters. It may have been a short experience, but it was a fun one nonetheless. The community's favorite is Doom. Killing things is fun, and id Software understands that giving us a single player with a fantastic level design, well done enemies, and a huge array of weapons makes the game stand out. Let's also not forget the glory kills. The only way to make a game more fun is with friends. These are the nominees for Most Fun Multiplayer Game: Overwatch, Titanfall 2, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Forza Horizon 3, Tom Clancy's The Division, World of Warcraft Legion, and Battlefield 1. The staff's pick, my pick, and the community's pick is Overwatch. Blizzard's new shooter targets the game at a wide audience, with many heroes to play, which means that there's a hero that someone can identify with. The maps, balance, and variety of everyone makes the game really fun, especially with friends. Guys, I just gave us the win.
Yep. Obviously.
Oh my god.
We have 2 tracers now.
Oh jeez, I'm playing bad Zenyatta.
How much lag do you have, Sino?
There are so many games being made nowadays, that for a game to stick out, it really has to be innovative and bring something new, or find something old for the genre. The nominees for Most Innovative Game are Inside, Forza Horizon 3, Doom, Titanfall 2, Stardew Valley, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Superhot, and Owlboy. Another 3-way pick for Most Innovative is Superhot. We've said a lot about Superhot, but this mechanic has never been fully fleshed out before until now, and hopefully we can see more games that use this thanks to Superhot paving the way for this creative shooting mechanic. Compared to previous years like 2014, this year didn't have as many disappointing games, but every year is still going to have a few that don't quite cut it. Here are the nominees for Most Disappointing: No Man's Sky, The Technomancer, Pokemon Go, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, Homefront: The Revolution, Star Fox Zero, and Mighty No. 9. The staff's pick is Pokemon Go. While Pokemon Go didn't make up this AR system, they brought it to everyone, making a mobile sensation that has never been done before. While it originally was good, after time people started to realize how shallow the experience was, and it soon became a disappointment. Even though they have fixed some issues now, they were still a little bit too late. My personal pick, as well as the community's pick, for most disappointing is No Man's Sky. While this is also my underappreciated pick, it is also the most disappointing. It was hyped up a lot, and we were all promised many features that didn't make it. All of this makes the game quite a disappointment. Now it's the time for the best game of 2016. This year has been quite good in giving us amazing experiences and very well polished games. We also saw many indie games that made the line more blurred between indie games and AAA titles. The nominees for Game of the Year are Uncharted 4: A Thief's End, Overwatch, Titanfall 2, Battlefield 1, Doom, Inside, Ratchet & Clank, Stardew Valley, and Rise of the Tomb Raider. The staff's pick is Uncharted 4: A Thief's End.
Took a long time for him to get out of this game.
He's meant for this life.
Oh crap!
Last I checked, we're all a bunch of thieves, digging around where we shouldn't.
Shame we're not on the same side.
I am a man of fortune, and I must seek my fortune. So, are you ready to seek your fortune?
Hang on, Nathan!
Where is the artifact?
Heads up!
I made a promise that I was done with this life.
How long have we been chasing this thing?
Long time.
Real long time. Just you and me. No offense to these guys, but they don't get it.
If you're done lying to me, then you should stop lying to yourself.
The biggest pirate treasure of all time is within our grasp.
Watch out!
Look, Nate, I'm gonna make you a one-time offer. Drop everything. Go home. Live your life. Or we can just end it right here.
There's gotta be another way. I need you on this one.
Everything about Uncharted 4 is close to perfect. Story's amazing, the graphics, especially the character models, were incredible, but the gameplay was surprisingly fun, with it being tied to the story even more than Naughty Dog has ever done before. Nathan Drake is older and more reserved, and this is shown in the choice to go stealthily instead of guns blazing. They also did a wonderful job in the world that was explored. It felt less linear, making it seem that we're really exploring an Uncharted world, rather than climbing to X and shooting Y, making this the best Uncharted game so far, and the staff's pick for Game of the Year in 2016. My personal favorite this year is Titanfall 2.
Of all the things I've seen on the battlefields of the frontier, the pilot is the true dominant force. Fast and agile. Graceful, yet devastating. Perceptive, resourceful, and relentless. A pilot sees the world differently. Sheer walls become flanking routes. Pilots fight differently. Experienced in deception and maneuver, even overwhelming odds shift in their favor. But what truly separates the pilot from all the grunts and machines of the battlefield is the bond between a pilot and a Titan.
Titanfall 1 was the first game I really put a lot of time into, but was disappointed that they didn't have a single player. Titanfall 2 is a great single player and a well-polished multiplayer that caught envies. The unique movement and customizability, as well as the amazing characters, make the game an overall amazing experience that I will enjoy for a long time. And the community's pick for the Game of the Year is Pokemon Go. Actually, it was Overwatch.
Yeah, we got to go get the best, man. Dude, get flanking from behind.
Oh guys. This comes as no surprise, as it was an amazing game that has millions of players enjoying the unique and creative gameplay of now 23 characters with each of their own playstyle. Blizzard also does its job to continue to let the game grow and improve as it listens to the community and rolls out new features in the future. Whether you play the game in the fast lane as Tracer, or with no brain and no aim as a Winston main, there's a place for everyone in this amazing team shooter. And that wraps up CGR's Game of the Year picks of 2016. If you have any questions, disagree with our picks, or have your own opinion, tell us in the comments below. Enjoy the rest of the year, and we'll see you in 2017 with more gaming and reviews.
Yeah.